thinking that I could have done something, but now I'm left with an empty heart. No making amends, no waking up beside you and holding you till we forget it all. How could I know there was no second chances? Like dominoes, my life got really scattered. You couldn't keep the door shut, and now the frostbite's creeping in. 'Cause I've been stone cold since you left me here, so come home. Why won't you reappear? Things that I said came out totally wrong. Can't speak of the truth when it's tainted. I fell into a big black hole. It got me stone cold. You got me stone cold. You got me stone cold. You got me stone cold. Got me stone cold. No Wizard of Oz can undo what I've done. Completely out of luck this time. I'm stuck in reverse. I gotta get away now, but I can't seem to take the lead. Oh baby, how could I know there was no second chances? Like domino.
Welcome. We are here for free live tarot readings. I'm Tarot Oracle, and I'm the one that does the readings. You know, we're doing the True Heart Intuitive Tarot right here. So we're going to try that for some readings today. Blah has a question of unknown origin. Cancerian Queen has a question I can read now. Me and Leo, future connection in the next 2 months. By the way, we are moving the stream to another room. So we have the overhead light on, so the light is really shadowy today, and it's a little bit bright and weird looking. But, you know, that's the way it goes. That is the way it goes indeed. All right. So tomorrow we'll be in the new room that is bug-free, certified bug-free. Yes. All right. Blah will I be able to reserve the house at Harrow? The buyer pulls out reserved property. Basically, yes or no question. All right. Blah is a yes or no question. Hot. Hello, Jocelyn. How are you doing? How will the party go on Friday? Well, I mean, Jocelyn, did you invite me to the party? Because if you did, I mean, that's guaranteed good time right there. I mean, I'm just, you know, I'm being the master of the obvious here. If you had invited me, that would guarantee a good time at the party. But let's see how it goes with, you know, with me not being there, I guess. All right. Let's see. Blah, we'll be able to reserve the house. All right. We're going to use, this is the True Heart Intuitive Tarot. This is our first experience with it. Let's break it out. Let's lose our true heart virginity here and see how this deck is going to read for Blah in particular. So again, we have a kind of a weird light source today. So it doesn't look as smooth and wonderful. You know, if you do a stream, investing in lighting is the best thing that you could possibly ever do. I'm telling you now, because this is the overhead default light that comes in all rooms. And you can see just how harsh it is, just how harsh this light is. I don't know how to even fix that. You know, just reduce it down there. I mean, that's a little bit better, but you can see the lighting quality between then and now is insane. All right. Yeah, I can eat the salad. You know, if you have a party and you do invite me, you need to have salad. Let's go over this now, because like pizza, you know, you got a salad alternative, and I'm there. I'm your man. All right. Will it be able to reserve the house? The Moon, the Prince of Cups, the World. We got two majors on here, which is looking good. The World based, look at these harsh shadows. The World basically says yes. That is looking pretty good if you want to reserve that house. Jocelyn, thank you for your other donation. I appreciate you. Boo Boo, welcome. Philippe, welcome. CM, welcome. Everybody, welcome. Christina, what is going on? Paula. The world says basically yes. If we have a yes or no question, the world being at the end is the perfect ending. It's basically going to hint towards a yes. And obviously, I think that this is looking really good for that. The Prince of Cups is kind of interesting here because it does sort of have this Knight of Cups feel to it. That the reserve, the people are want you to reserve it. The people are very receptive to that. The Knight of Cups does have that reserve feel to where people are going to like it, be receptive to you, and enjoy what you sort of have to offer. The Six of Cups as well. We have a nice combination, a nice joining of two different people, which leads us into the world, makes that all right. The moon says that the reservation goes well. So basically, yes, if you're looking at that, at if the buyer pulls out who has reserved the property. Now, do we see anything about people pulling out though? I do see a rider, somebody leaving. Would I have preferred to see a Seven of Swords? Absolutely. With somebody sort of sneaking out of the house and whatnot, that would have been fantastic. But we don't have that. Instead, we have the rider going into the world, which does say that this normal type of movement, this emotional type of movement going here. I don't see any separation. Would have liked to see some separation there to sort of seal the deal, as it were, with the whole thing, but I just don't see it. I do not see it. And the tower cam is offline as well as we move around here. All right. Let's see. We got a connection in the next 2 months. How is that going to go? You and Leo. Hopefully that's going to go quite well. Let's see about that. CQ wants the Leo action. How is it going to go? What is the future connection? Is there going to be a connection? I know we had sort of an iffy situation before with the connection. Let's see if we can narrow that down a little bit by using the Waterfall Tarot. Look at the harsh shadows. I'm telling you now that professional lighting is the first thing you need to do. The absolute first thing you need to do if you have a stream is get professional lighting, because if you use the lighting at the top of the room with your standard illumination that comes with your apartment and whatever, this is what it looks like. Harsh shadows, kind of blown out. It's too red. Anyway, all right. Let's see about that. If the Leo thing is going to be all right. Seven of Wands, Page of Cups. A lot of cup, sort of page, knight cups today, apparently. But yeah, we got some good stuff sort of going on here a little bit. Let's see if we can adjust this down. There we go. Calm. Well, there's a happy medium between those two, and I'm not finding it. The Eight of Wands, the future connection in the next 2 months. It almost looked like there is no connection. I mean, we have some problems. We have a, look, jaundice, yeah, a bit. We have a bit of a problem here with this. Eight of Wands talks about movement. If we're looking for this being stable, if we're looking for everything sort of settling down, it just doesn't look like that. Nexus, welcome. How are you doing today? It just doesn't look like that. Eight of Wands, things are volatile. Moving into the Five of Wands says we have conflict. We have things happening. We have some motion, and it's not good. Seven of Wands as well talks about a little bit of a difficulty, almost like not really a power struggle, but almost like we're in a situation where we just need to clear up some things. There's some defensive actions going on, and we need to clear up some stuff that we just maybe don't understand at this point. We're maybe not comfortable with. We maybe have sort of this weird vibe with it and whatnot, but we just need to clear up some things with the Seven of Wands. So we're not defensive. We're not looking at a bit of the wrangling of a relationship. We're trying to figure out, what's going on and what's happening. You see that with a Page of Cups. If we do have something steady, we just don't want a page. We want a king. We want a queen. We want something a bit more stable. The page brings emotional conflict. The Five of Wands into the Page of Cups, emotional conflict. Not only that, but we're not sure how to deal with it or where to go with it. In other words, if I do have some conflict, I do have some emotions going back and forth, we need to figure out how to resolve that, or at least how to stop that and put that on the back burner. But we're not doing that. We just don't have those opportunities at the moment. So there we go. All right. Oh man, the harsh lighting's killing me. I mean, there is a distinct difference between good light and bad light. Same with cameras and everything else, but I'm just saying. All right, Hot wants to know, what are we doing with the party? How is that going to go? Hopefully, we have a lot of court cards on this that can tell us a little bit about the party. See how that is going to go, because on this, let's do the Gregory Scott Tarot. Nothing says a party like the Gregory Scott Tarot. Just saying now. That's such a good tarot. One of my favorites of the year, I have to say. I saw it, and it does have a sort of a Eugene Smith feel to it, but he just did such a great job on it. Yeah, now I know the artist is done many of these tarot decks, but I think they really knocked it out of the park. And this is the contrast with it. The graphics, the differences between the cards are varied. I think everything looks great. But anyway, we got a party. How's it going to go? Oh, look at this. We got the party card, the Three of Cups. Everybody's hanging out, having a good time, getting drunk, puking all over the furniture. This is a grand party. This is the Three of Cups starts this out and says celebration is here. The party is here. That is going to go as well. We have people making good connections too. Maybe somebody getting pregnant. I mean, you don't know what's going on in the kitchen when you leave. You don't know. But no, we have strength here as well. It says that we have some new people making connections and getting to know each other. These are new connections. There's people that haven't met before, people that didn't have a connection before. They're getting it on. I mean, not literally, but they're getting it on. They're getting that connection. I think that is going to be important for the party. Knight of Cups said there is some romantic things that happen there as well. The Knight of Cups is roaming through. That is Mr. Romance. He's going to come in and he's going to say, we're going to have maybe a love connection there as well. People that meet for the first time, they've never met before. And as you see with the other cards, and that could make a good love connection. Everybody is going to be happy because nothing says a love connection quite like a pregnancy, which is what not really. But we have the Nine of Cups. Again, a great card. Everything is going to go well. It is. I'm hoping that nobody gets pregnant at the party, but you never know. If you have enough beer, you just don't know what's going to happen next. So there you go. The party will go very nice. We have nothing but positive cards. I don't see any conflicts. I assume you're asking because there's some kind of somebody's coming in that has a bit of a conflict with somebody else. I don't know. Sunshiny Day, you like a party like that? The ones where you're pregnant at the end, or like which part? I don't know. By the way, when I move the stream, I'm going to move it to the left side of the table. So you'll never see this mouse again after tonight. If you miss the mouse, let me know. The mouse may make a guest appearance. We don't know. But that is going to be a good thing. So we're going to move the camera and the entire setup and all of that stuff. Hannah wants to know about moving. When are we going to move? How are we going to move? And when can I get out of this place that I'm at now? All right, Hannah, let's find out if we are going to be abandoning the place that you're currently at. Is that a thing or not? I think the manga tarot will let us know. We're just going through all the usual tarots that we use every day because that's how I roll. Blah misses the mouse already, and it's not even gone. I'm just saying. But we're going to move everything to the left, just like this song. We're going to move everything to the left, and we are going to have no more reaching across the cards to press a button here. That's going to be on the right side. I'm telling you, it's going to be a small improvement, but there's going to be no bugs. And I think we're going to have a rockin' good time tomorrow with the new stream setup. I'm just saying the room's big. I'm going to have some board games on the other side of the table. And we can have the games. I can show you what game I'm playing. I mean, it's going to be pretty exciting considering I haven't broken out a board game in like forever because I've been stuck playing video games. But there we go. Blah, any chance of coming to the UK? No, I'm not big on travel. And with the corona thing, if you go anywhere, you got to be in quarantine for the rest of your natural life. All right. Philippe, jump to the left. Indeed. KD, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. How soon will we be moving? We have the 6, the 7, the Knight, and a 4. How soon you gonna be moving? That's sort of up to you, obviously. Let's see how the move is gonna go or what's gonna happen here. The 6 of Wands is a good card. The 7, not so much. Almost like we have a progression. I think that you're ready to move. I think that you have the boxes. I think that you started to pack. You sort of have everything worked out in your head. You know what I mean? A little bit of that Virgo action where you work out all this stuff in your head long before you do it. A little bit of the chess strategy. The 6 into the 7. But there's something stopping you. There's something a bit stopping you. And I think that you have to sort of resolve that. Now, obviously, master of the obvious here. You should be able to move if you fix what's stopping you from moving. Duh. But the 7 of Wands says we have a factor that's preventing us from doing that. Now, what does that mean as far as timing? That means getting that factor out of the way, getting obstacles out of the way, and actually getting the move on. Part of that is the Knight of Wands. You need some help. You need some help. You need somebody to assist. You need somebody to finish the preparations, finish the planning. It could be when you're moving or when you're trying to move, you are talking to somebody at an apartment or a house. You're trying to get closed. You're trying to get the apartment fixed up. You're trying to talk to them, get some money in there. The Knight of Wands says you're in motion already, trying to work through this obstacle that we have with the 7 of Wands. The Knight of Wands is trying to get through it. So I think you're actively going. You obviously have everything sort of trying to figure out at this point. It's just a matter of going. Part of this is the 4 of Cups, which is getting something that I just don't want, even though I have most of the stuff that I want. There's a couple of things that are sort of holding us back at this point, too. The 4 of Cups says some of the stuff is just unacceptable that I have to deal with. So if I'm trying to get an apartment, maybe there's some deal breaker. Maybe they have crap internet. Maybe the trash dumpster is 4 miles away from my apartment. If it's a house, maybe it's a crap neighborhood. Maybe the price is insane. Maybe they want an ungodly amount of money. All sorts of things could be happening here, but we definitely have some factors that are keeping us from moving at this point. So when are we going to move? How soon will we be moving? I really think January looks good. I think December, we're really sort of narrowing down all of this garbage that's preventing us. I think we have better options in January. I think we have people moving out, and this is going to be an opportunity to move in January. I think January is going to look great for that. Bella B, thank you for your donation as well. I appreciate you. All right. Let's see, what else are we going to do here? You missed the mouse already. Sage Advice Tarot, thank you for your donation. Now, Jocelyn wants to know if the path is bringing her happiness. We don't know. Well, you need more parties, obviously. We need more parties, more entertainment, more good stuff, and then everything would be happy. Let's go ahead and ruin the reading by using the Thoth. You know, we won't call you hot just today. We did that before. We'll use a regular name and go with the Thoth and see how that goes. And hopefully everything will work out as planned. Does this path bring me happiness? Let's look for some happy cards. It is the Thoth, they're kind of rare and in between there, but let's look for some happy cards, see how it is going. Chelsea, welcome back. How are you doing tonight? See how this is going to go. Pardon the hard shadows tonight, Chelsea. We are in the process of moving, so all of our lighting and stuff is in the other room. We are going to be bug-free as of tomorrow. It's pretty exciting. Going to turn this room into like general storage, I guess. Will the path bring me happiness? This is the best card in the deck. I preach it all the time. You know, Lonmalo Ducat says that Crowley considered this one of the best, or the best card in the deck. So you do have that sort of as a warm-up card, as an intro card. So I do think it is going to bring you happiness. It is going to bring you happiness. It makes you feel alone, though. You feel like you're by yourself, though, on this particular path. It feels like a lot of people have sort of abandoned you. They're not really in there. A lot of people may not be interested. They just don't sort of want to go where you want to go, right? You have this path. You're like, look at this beautiful pathway. There's even a tarot oracle with a money trick on this pathway, you know? But they're just like, I don't care. It's almost like that they just leave you alone. Now, there are some obstacles to this path, one of which is some of the items that you're juggling within this path will lead you to absolute failure in getting what you want. What does that mean? What does that mean? That means that, let's say I'm trying the money trick and then the Rubik's Cube trick, and then I have a card trick too. I have all of these different tricks, and I practice every day. I try to do it. One of those tricks is going to be an epic failure. We do have ruin. One of these tricks is going to be an epic failure. And this is a cutting card. It's the end of a pathway. It is something that stops, that cuts, that ends an absolute end to it. Basically, I'm just going to abandon the Rubik's Cube trick. The money trick, the Rubik's Cube trick, I have a card trick. The Rubik's Cube trick just doesn't fit the way that I want to do it. It doesn't fit my routine. People don't like it. People are like, why the hell do you have a Rubik's Cube? What is this, 1984? I'm like, no. I mean, you got to calm down with the dates. It's just one of the things where I have to give up on this particular trick. So we have a cutting. One of the things in your pathway, one of the steps that you're taking will lead to absolute dead end. You're not going to be able to handle it. And I think once you recognize that, don't hang on to it in a desperation trying to get everything that you want. Let the Rubik's Cube trick go. You don't need it. It's not something that is going to be necessary for your path and ultimate timeline. So just relax and take it easy and just move past that. Don't try to hang on things that are obviously failing. And this is going to lead you to the literal path of victory. Between these two cards, bookending this looks great. So if the Rubik's Cube trick ain't working out for you, ditch it. If you desperately try to hang on to it, you're just flailing all around like, I need every little piece to be perfect, then you're gonna fail. Let it go. You gotta cut her loose. With a grant writer, email me before November 5th. Found out about that. DYB, welcome back. Been a few days. Good to see you again. See, DYB, if the grant writer does something. All right. Let's see about that. Before November 5th, another yes or no question. Let's go with the Dark Goddess Tarot for this one. Ariane? Welcome. How are you doing tonight? Appreciate that. Thank you for your donation. You love the Rubik's Cube trick. I know. It's one of those things when I was doing magic and I was going places and making money and stuff, you gotta cut loose tricks that people don't want to see. There are some tricks that just don't fit in an environment. So if I'm going to a professional environment, everybody's has a suit on. There's some tricks that are going to be totally unacceptable to do there, even though I'm great at them, even though I'm fantastic at those tricks. And you got to ditch those tricks in that environment. And one of the hard things to learn because you practice, whereas you may end up with tricks that are that are really boring for kids. And so when I did fair tricks to where you go to like a little indoor fair and you have a table and they hire you to entertain. So you have a table and you're sitting there. Like 90% of your customers are going to be kids. They're going to come up and they're going to want to see something. And if you do an adult trick, like look at the time on the watch change to the thought of time, people just get bored of that. You need to bring table-centric tricks that are going to be designed for, fun, entertaining. Whoa, something gets produced and it just makes more sense. Anyway, Debbie, free spirit indeed. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Speaking of tricks, the magician. So will the grant writer email me before November 5th? It's a yes or no question. 3 of Earth says they are working on it. Empress says they are good with this. They are developing it. 2 of Fire says they do have some expectations for when they want to get it done. They have other things to do. Sunshiny Day, thank you for your donation. The Magician says that they can if they want to. I just don't see it. Okay, why am I going to say no here? This is confusing. I think everybody's going to be like, this looks like a yes to me, but I'm going to say no. Why? Why am I going to say no on this particular thing? Let's review this. We have all of these great cards here. They're working on it, all of this stuff. We have a yes or no question. I think it's going to be no. Why? Because the 3 of Earth ruins the whole spread. This is where we have specifications being handed off. This is that we're still working on it. And this is an active working card. This is an active working card where people have expectations of what is being developed, what is being worked on, but it's still being worked on. I don't have a finisher. I don't have a finisher card here. Do I have two majors, some great majors? Yeah. I don't have a finisher card. What would be a finisher card here? A 10 of Pentacles. In other words, I'm done with it. I'm delivering it. A movement card, the Chariot would be great. I'm done with it here. I'm delivering it. I am emailing. A communication card, maybe the Ace of Swords. I'm talking to you. I'm communicating with you, right? All of these things would have been great near the end. Instead, we have that they're still working on it. So I think they're still working on it. So I'm going to say no. Based upon that one card at the end, kind of spoiling the rest of it, kind of just ruining the rest of the stack, I'm going to say no. I just don't have that final finisher card that I wanted there. And yeah, so I should do a video about that. What do you think? A video about finisher cards. What are good finisher cards? What are good beginner cards? I think that would be a fun video. That would be kind of cool. Like what makes the most sense in certain situations, what ruins the finish, what ruins the beginning. So yeah, cards that ruin the spread kind of thing. I think that would be kind of fun to learn. All right. Does L have a hex on his love life? Nothing says hex quite like a deck that I don't have here. Okay, give me 2 minutes. Let me go fish out the deck that I want to read this with. Entertain yourselves while I look in this closet for the deck that I want. Oh, where did I put it? Not here, not there. Where did I put it? All right, I found it. Good news. All right, good news, I found it. We have the deck for hexes. If we have a hex on somebody, if we have something, we absolutely need the Bohemian Gothic Tarot from Baba Studio. I think that is going to be the key here. It is going to be great. Going to be great. All right. Let's see about this. Do we have a hex or not? A lot of times you just don't know because a hex could be anything. This is the only deck that I want to read anybody being hexed from now on or cursed or anything like that. This really, did you remember the last reading we had on here? We actually answered yes, which is kind of hard. It's kind of hard to answer yes because it's such a negative thing, but I don't know. Maybe it could be a good hex. Maybe somebody, falling in love with somebody hex. I don't know. I don't know the legalities of that, but I'm going to override your Dark Mansion request. And KD, I'm sorry, you can kick me in the shin or something if you ever see me. I'm just saying that this is what you need. All right, let's see about that. Tarot Oracle. I have no idea. Is he moving homes? Okay, so KD wants to know, does L have a hex on his love life? The Lovers starts us off great beginning. Chariot, the Two of Cups, and the Ten of Swords. Something's going on. I'm not going to just go out on a large limb here and say, absolutely, they have a hex, but something's up. It is. The Lovers introduces us to the reading. It says that we do have something going on with love. It's not like that it's ignoring the question. A lot of readings will be let's completely ignore the question. Let's throw down a 3 of Pentacles. Let's do a 6 of Pentacles. Maybe like I don't know, an 8 of Swords. This one goes right to the point. It's straight for the jugular. The Lovers. It says, yeah, there's something up. Something smells bad. And it's not the smelly angel tarot. All right. We move into the Chariot. There is some movement. There is some things happening with love, but it's in motion. All right. So their love life is in motion, but it doesn't seem to be going well. We have the Ten of Swords. It seems like that there are problems with love. We are having some obstacles in the way that things go. Now, where does that come from? The Chariot says that we're doing something to cause it. This is almost like a Walmart emperor in this particular case, right? It is. We feel that emperor feel with the lovers into the Chariot. The Chariot has control. They have power. They know where they're going. They are in charge, and they're going well. But the Two of Cups, so those initial connections with love, the connections that we make on a day-to-day basis with lovers, with other people, with stuff going on like that, it's not going well. The Two of Cups, it's going quite poorly, in fact. And that is leading to the Ten of Swords of connections being terminated or connections being severed. That's not really where we want to be in a love reading or a love connection, but that's where we're stuck with. So we have a termination of connections. We have actively looking for connections. The Two of Cups says we make a small little progress towards that, and it just never works out. Do I have a hex? No. I think it's more of a we're to blame. The Chariot means we moved into this direction, the direction that did not work, that was not successful. We ended up with failure in different connections with different type of things. Ten of Swords, obviously being swords as well, being with the communication, learning, adapting, and things like that. We need to basically change behavior in order to make ourselves successful. So is it somebody else? Do we have the Devil? Do we have the Capricorn over there just hovering around? Do we have this manipulative Six of Pentacles where we're exchanging stuff and moving stuff? No, it seems to be based upon us. All right. Bella B. Wasn't that a fun reading? I love fun readings like that. You never know what you're going to get, especially with me. And especially when all of my decks are all over the place and there are flies floating around. When the exterminator left, I had to open the door and then all the flies came in, because you can't just like sniff that exterminator stank. What are his true feelings for me? Is this good, bad, or indifferent? I think for some true feelings, we need the Monstera. Another one of my favorite decks coming out. Nothing wrong with the Devil. Sunflower just has that Capricorn thing going on. Nothing wrong with the Devil at all, but it is, My last video reading, I kept thinking I was emphasizing some of my words like T.O. does. I do have I do try to put some presentation into the readings, because I don't think you want me just to be monotone and boring. And so you need a bit of presentation in the reading. So get excited about it. Get talking about it. Get thrilled. Tarot is a thrilling, fun thing. Why do it monotone? You got to go with the good stuff. All right. True feelings for me. 10 of Cups, 4 of Wands, 2 of Swords, and King of Swords. I mean, interesting. There's a power dynamic here, obviously, a bit of a power dynamic with the King of Swords. The King of Swords they want it their way. They're going to work with you a little bit because we have the Two of Swords. I'm willing to negotiate. We're willing to get some peace out there. I don't like conflict, that's for sure. And I don't really want to deal with the conflict. The conflict, I definitely want to win. If we do get something, I want to win. The King of Swords says we're in it to win. But what are my feelings for me? I like you. They like you a lot. The 4 of Wands is the home card. We have a happy couple here. We have a happy couple here. We start out, we warm up the reading with a nice, cozy snuggle beside the fireplace. But the 4 of Wands says we are at home. We are there. We're connected. Not only that, but we have the stability from the 4 itself is sort of sneaking in. Then we have the 10 of Cups. Things will work well. Things will be pretty good. Now, does that mean you're in the clear? Absolutely not. We don't like conflict. We're blindfolded to some of that. We're closed body language. We don't want to deal with it. If I don't have to deal with it, I'm not going to deal with it. Why don't we like the conflict? Because the King of Swords says we like it our own way. We have preferences. We have, things that we like, and we want to do it the way that we like it sometimes. Is that going to be advantageous for everybody? No. No. But, um, yeah, we definitely need that. But yeah, if you're looking for what are the true feelings for me, they have affection, they have love. We're looking at the stability. In other words, they see it as something stable, that 4 sort of sneaking in there. The 10 says they have high hopes for it too. The 10 is the happy family that's sitting there dancing in the street, having a beer and enjoying themselves, just like if they were invited to Jocelyn's party, right? KD, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. Averill, I read it as Emerald. I used to love Emerald on Food TV. Evening. Unboxing of Tarot and Oracle somehow landed here. Welcome, Averill. How are you doing tonight? Averill, this is not our best look tonight. We got harsh shadows because I'm moving the whole setup into another room. So you don't see the tarot tower. You don't see a lot of different stuff that you normally would see here. So you probably want to look at some. If you want to see a great stream, you may want to look at some past streams. Likelihood of getting a new position this year. Sage advice and tarot. Let's see about that. Get you some more money. Get you some more of that fat cash. Because like my martial arts teacher used to say, the only thing I like better than cash is more cash. Is this possible to get something this year? Maybe, maybe not. Let's go to the tarot tower. Oh, wait, the camera is in the other room. So there we go. The new setup is going to look exactly like the old setup, but it's going to be on the left side. We're going to be a left leaning. You know what I mean? I guess we're Republican today because we're on the right, but we're going to be Democrat tomorrow because now we're on the left. So you could interpret it like that. We could interpret it like that. There are no tarot welfare programs because we're going Democrat. Don't expect some welfare. But I mean, I'm just saying. Okay, let's look at this. Bam, bam, bam. I used to love Emerald. I liked Emerald Live. I wrote Food Network and I said, where the hell did Emerald Live go? You had that on for like 10 freaking seasons. Is that, you never show it anymore? And they're like, we don't have that in the archives. I'm like, what do you mean you don't have it? Did you not record it? Like, what's wrong with you people? Fly, get out of here. Stupid fly. But yeah, I'm like, seriously? But anyway, I wanted to watch Emerald Live. Used to love that show. Violet Lotus. Speaking of love, I love Violet Lotus as well. What is going on? Let's see about that. Emerald, he was materialistic. You talking about Emerald? Violet Lotus? All right, the King of Cups, likelihood of getting a new position. What is going on? Next to Goddess, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. 8 of Swords, 5 of Coin, and Ace of Wands. Bad news. I don't see it this year. Next year, maybe. It looks more likely to be a next year option anyway. What are we looking at here? The 5 of Coins just hurts. It's painful to see this in any reading where we want more money. We're looking for money. We're trying to get some money. We need money. A 5 of Coins in that just really is a downer. This is a Debbie Downer for sure in here. Ace of Wands says working this year will be recognized next year. So the Ace of Wands says that putting forth the effort and getting in there and moving into that and putting, sorry, I had to clear my throat, and putting in the effort and making the impression this year, though, for the next couple of months, will be reflected next year. So in other words, take action, be innovative, right? Be innovative to get that. But I really wanted to see a 3 of Coins, maybe an 8 of Coins, maybe an Ace of Coins would be great. Any of those 3 cards would have been fantastic, as well as a nice movement card through here as well. But instead we have restrictions, like we just don't have the money to give you, and actually asked for next year. In the new year. Okay, well, there you go. Well, I think it is going to be possible in the new year then. Sorry about that. I read it this year. But yeah, the new year is looking good. Basically, it's the story unfolding is the King of Cups. They just don't have a lot of resources. This is a bit of a Gandhi, a bit of a not really financially independent at this point. Eight of Swords, we have restrictions upon us that are stopping us from handing out anything that is going to be possible. Eight of Swords really sort of puts the kibosh over moving into the big, beautiful world that is going to be a new position. Five of Coins as well. Again, we're challenged to get it, but the Ace of Wands says everything that you do will count for that as it sneaks into next year. So basically, make the impression now and get the rewards later. That's what it's sort of saying. And people remember when you do have the impression. So I have I wrote we had a challenging situation and there was nothing to fix it. So I ended up writing an application in a day that is currently being used, and I got a lot of good feels for that. And that's what you need. You need that little impression. You make that little bit of an impression, and then people remember it as it comes up. But next year is looking pretty good for that. So there we go. All right, anything about work? Now, we have another work reading. What are we going to do with this? We already used most of our good tarots. Let's go for the Spacious Tarot. Sounds like a plan to me. I'm ready and willing to move. My body is ready. My mind is ready to get out of the bug zone, to get away from the bugs. Mean like a full reading. How do the readings work? Live on camera or video? Next Goddess. If you're interested in a full reading, they are $30 for 20 minutes. Email me there. There's also an email address in the description of the video that you can use to contact me. And I can do literally anything you want. I've done every type of reading. We can do phone. I can do a video, dedicated video for you, 20-minute video for you. We can do a live video through Instagram video chat to where you can see the cards. I can point them out and it'll be like a stream just for you. So we can do whatever you want. So my Instagram is up here, by the way. So there you go. So contact me through there or email me or et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I've done literally everything. I've actually done a live stream, private live stream for a video once. So, which is kind of redundant with Instagram. You know, if you're going to do video, Instagram is so easy because you can just call me and I can answer and I can show you the cards and we can do like a live stream just for you for 20 minutes. All right. We have a lot of dark cards here. Anything about work? What is going on? Hanged Man, Nine of Swords, Seven of Wands, and the Seven of Cups. It is interesting it works. It is, we might need 40 minutes. Okay, well, book 2 readings. Anyway, so there you go. Just contact me. We'll work it out, whatever you got. The Hanged One, it says that work is not going as bad as you think, or work is not exactly what it looks like. There are things going on underneath the surface that you are not aware of. So the Hanged Man says, be aware, be cognizant that there is stuff going on that you're not aware of. It could be good or bad as well. It just sort of depends on how you look at it. Nine of Swords, though, says that I think you are kind of worried about work in general. You know what I mean? It's like you don't see the things that you really want to see. The things that are expanding are not really expanding for you. I guess the rich get richer kind of feel. Nine of Swords, you are concerned about some particular aspects in work that you sort of want to deal with. Seven of Cups says, as far as work goes, you have a lot of variety to choose from, and that's going to be good for you. Because the more variety you have, the more options you have, the more comfortable you're going to the more comfortable you are in sort of your development, how you want to treat things at work, and how you want to expand and progress in your work environment. I think this is a good work environment for progression and for moving up if you so choose. Seven of Wands, though, says it is a competitive there. So if you're looking for just a freebie, This doesn't look like it. You do have a competition sort of brewing. And I think that competition is actually going to progress a little more and a little more as time goes on. And you're going to see some of the ramifications from that coming up. All right. Let's see here. Sunshiny Day. Is the office ogre leaving? A lot of work readings today. What do we think about the office ogre? I don't know. I'm assuming the office ogre is not cute, just based upon the preliminary description we have of said ogre. Is the office ogre actually finally leaving? Are they going to abandon ship and let the good people stay and the ogres leave? That could be a thing. We don't know. Let's figure that out with the Dark Mansion Tarot. We need to know. We need to know. Sage Advice Tarot, good rating. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Getting a new position. Yeah, I think you got something good coming up next year, but you got to make the impression this year. You got to make that impression. Come up with the innovative stuff that nobody ever thought of before, that saves countless hours and gets you on the news program for work, where they're like, this person, Sage Advice Tarot, just saved us countless number of hours with this unique and wonderful idea. Okay, so is the office ogre finally abandoning ship? Five of Swords, the Moon, the Tower, and Strength. Doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it just yet. I mean, I'm just saying, it doesn't look like it just yet. Five of Swords says the ogre is still there. You can actually see them. You can actually see them chopping up and stabbing everybody in the office. They're not pleased. They're not happy. That's what they do because they are the office ogre. The office ogre. And the Tower reversed. They're going to chill out a little bit, though. The Tower is going to be a very ogreistic card where they're shaking things up, they're knocking things down, they're going around like an ogre, like a giant in Game of Thrones, just knocking everybody around. Strength says they chill out a little bit. They're being a little bit less ogre-y. They're going to calm it down. They're going to calm it down. No more knocking everything over it, knocking everything down. They're going to chill out a little bit. Strength, they're going to find that culmination of sort of, loving and reduce the amount of crap that they do. The Moon as well says that they've been meaning to do this. It's just not something that they have done. Do we have a movement card? Do we have another job opportunity card? Do we have anything where the ogre leaves? Absolutely not. We do not have any good non-ogre cards in there. We want the Stinky Tarot. KD wants a Stinky Tarot message from the Spirit. Let's see about that. Stinky message from the Spirit. What does the Spirit have to say that smells terrible, that smells bad? What does Spirit want? It just wants something that doesn't smell. Can I ask it anything like that? Would be great. I'll rate that orc. Orcs are pretty cool. In Warcraft, orcs were really nice, They said zug zug and whatever else they said. And, orcs were nice. Orcs had that ability to where they could just do turbocharge for a few seconds. That was great. Really liked that. Nina, what is going on? Good to see you. See, I have no room to do anything. Moving it to the left is going to be a huge boon to the stream. I'm just saying, it's such a minor thing, but I have no place to put these because the stream deck is here. And when I move it to the left, I'm going to have a lot of room. DYB, thank you for your donation as well. All right. We're going to do message from the Spirit from the Stinky perspective. The Stinky says, oh, the 9, why is a 9 there? You're set back, you're injured, you're not able to get stuff done that you needed done. You have too many setbacks. And you seem to have setbacks in a variety of different things. The 5 says we have a lot of different setbacks, including emotionally, that we need to recover from, that we need to move on from. We can't get stuck with the setbacks and be like, I'm stuck here. I can't get it done. I'm going to wallow in my own sorrow. You can't do that. You got to move on. We have to move on. We got to get more adventurous things going on. Now we have the Ace of Fire. The Ace of Fire says literally, we need to heat it up. We need to move on. We need to get out of some of these obstacles. And I think it's going to be fairly easy to do that. The setbacks are behind us. A lot of these are not going to be in front of us to where it just has this blocking mechanism with a 7 of Wands or anything like that. We have been blocked before. We're injured. We're moving past that. Protect what you have created indeed. Now, the King says, watch out for anything that is trying to manipulate you into getting back into the situation. So you don't want to be in the situation. You want to steer clear of it. It's quite possible to do that, but if people drag you back into it on purpose or even accidentally, that is not going to be advantageous, and you need to dodge that just like you need to dodge the stinky tarot. Don't stink in tarot. Stay clean. Stay tarot clean. You have to. You have to. All right. So with the grant, something grant. All right. DYB, I have your question up, queued up here. Let's get a DYB and then a dash and then the question, and we are queued up, ready to go. But for now, let's go with next goddess. Next goddess, I'm not afraid of Scorpios. I'm afraid of Scorpios. You should be afraid of Scorpios. Shall I move to Switzerland? I assume this is more complex than you're leading on. We get that immediately. Next goddess wants to know, shall I move to Switzerland? I don't think this is a simple question. I think this is going to turn quite wild indeed. For a good wild reading, let's go for the thought. No, let's go for Waterfall Tarot. We're back to Waterfall Tarot because I made it. If there's one thing that I can do, it's draw poorly. And I made this poorly drawn Waterfall Tarot, and this is where we're going. I think this is a fairly complex subject here. I think that it's not just a simple move, a simple migration to where we're just going to pack up like the Beverly Hillbillies and move to Switzerland, even though they didn't move to Switzerland. They moved to Beverly Hills, that is. Swimming pool, movie stars. Let's see what complexities we can drag out of this thing. First off, you want to. You really do. The sun, you want to get into that Switzerland action. You think it's going to be better than what you got. That's for sure. And there's also other reasons that you're moving there, namely the Knight of Wands. It's either like that you have a suggestion to move there, somebody put it in your head, you've been thinking about it because there's some stuff going on. And Knight of Wands says that you feel like you want to be halfway out the door at this point. Again, you think it's going to be better, but it's not. All right. Temperance says, you really want a balance at this point. Instead of leaning towards one side or the next to where things are just going to be, we're ending soon, by the way. Instead of where things are just going to be one-sided, things are looking at an imbalanced situation. You think this may balance it out, and it's not either. But you have really high hopes. I think that you're looking at this as being the ultimate solution, almost like an escape where you can just hop over to Switzerland and go skiing in the Alps or whatever's over there and get that ski pass and show people the ski pass and get on the lift, go up to the top and slide down and have fun. You think that this is going to be just this panacea of how things are going to work out, and you don't really have to worry about a lot of different things. But you're kind of halfway out the door. I do think there are other influences that are sort of suggesting this to you. You do want to, but in reality, I don't think it's going to work out the way that you think it's going to work out. I think there are some solutions to some problems, but there are more problems as well. Anyway, I think it's more complex than you're thinking it is. Anyway, you don't ski. Maybe you could learn. Why don't you learn? You don't have to ski. You go to the ski resort and you hang out, enjoy some hot cocoa, and you look for cute guys. That's what skiing is all about. This whole thing, the whole thing, you know, about skiing is overrated. Well, I meet somebody new. Let's see. We going to meet someone new or not? Let's see about that. By using the Gilded Tarot Royale. Not seen that deck. You have not seen the deck? Well, let's see. Link in the description if you want to buy the deck. I mean, I'm just saying. You skate. You left the wheelchair and you skate. Well, that's what you need to do. You don't have to ski at the resorts. You enjoy the hot cocoa and you look at all the cute people that come in. That's the play. You know, COVID really ruined everything. I don't think COVID at a ski resort is really a thing, though, because if you got a mask on anyway. I mean, I'm just saying, maybe ski resort would be the place to be because you got a mask on anyway when you're skiing. All right, well, to meet somebody new, is this going to be an opportunity? Seven of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles says yes. Not exactly somebody that you would really sort of hang around a lot. Not really somebody that is going to be like a destiny thing to where you really feel it. You feel like this is a soulmate. They're going to come in, they're going to wrap their arms around you, and you're going to feel all tingly inside. So Seven of Cups is almost like you meet someone new. Yes. You meet someone new, think yes. Seven of Cups says you don't have much choice. It's almost like that there's one person that comes in, they're the obvious choice. It's not like you have this huge selection. The Seven of Cups in this particular situation, you don't have much choice. And you end up into a spot where you're just kind of settling with what you can get. And that's where the Seven of Pentacles comes in. You're wondering if I should waste time, if I should jump in and invest a lot of effort into this, because again, you feel like this is your only choice and you're just settling. And just settling could be okay, but if you're looking for that ultimate ending, we have the soulmate, you have this beautiful relationship, last you forever, getting married. This really doesn't look like something like that. It looks like somebody that you're worried about investing a lot of time in, but again, seems like the only choice. The world, again, says they're not the opportune, the perfect solution, the perfect person that's going to just sweep in and become this beautiful thing in your life, but they're okay. Their biggest problem is that they're a fire sign. And they are definitely have fire sign tendencies. A bit bossy, a bit too ambitious. They don't really finish tasks that they started. And they all have a weird sort of, job vibe where they have it for a while and they do fantastic. But yeah, not so much that they stay. They always find a reason to sort of leave with that. Knight of Pentacles, though, says they do have a pretty good life, a pretty proud life, but it's so scattered, right? They have things that they've done well, but they're so scattered around in a lot of different fields and studies. And it seems like if they could have just focused on one particular thing and made themselves great at it, they would have been miraculously better at work environment and work situations in general. But you do have somebody new. Fire sign and enjoy. All right, last reading of the night. DYB, please see below. And I did see below. And I something about grant checks before November 10th. Hopefully that will work out, DYB. All right. Grant Foundation Company releases grant checks before November 10th. For this one, let's use everybody's favorite, the Grimalkin Tarot. All about the cats and all of that stuff. See how that is going to go. By the way, thank you for everybody being here tonight. I appreciate you. Tomorrow night, we're going to have a fancier setup. where we're going to be on the left side. So you don't see me reaching across, pressing buttons over here and then trying to put tarot decks over here. It's going to be much better. I think it is going to be greatly improved. All right. So we're going to have grant checks or not by the 10th. The Grant Foundation Company releases yet another yes or no question. Is this looking good? King of Pentacles and the Six of Cups. That is looking really good, I got to say. That is looking nice, looking very nice. Six of Cups is the exchange of a cup between two people. So we have an exchange of that grant check. In other words, we are getting it. We are receiving it. So that is a yes. That is at the end. The King of Pentacles also points to just having control of the money, having the money available, which is half the battle. If they don't have the money, they're not going to be able to put the grant checks in the mail. They're not going to be able to get it to you. The King of Pentacles says, I have the money, I have the resources, and I'm ready to go with that. The Two of Wands, the choices have been made. And the Nine of Cups, they almost like that they don't want to get rid of it or they don't want to send it just now, but who cares? They do send it. The Six of Cups is a defined exchange of some things between two people. And this exchange is your grant checks. I do think that you do get those. All right. Thanks, everybody, for putting up with the bad lighting and all of that. Again, tomorrow we'll be in a new space. And I'm pretty excited, very excited about how that is going to work out. Thank you for being here tonight. By the way, I'm here every single night at 6:30 p.m. Central. Join me tomorrow. I'd love to see you then. Talk to you then.